underway, and the kick will go to Pavan. And it's a little bit weird. I don't know if this is head games or not, but rolling with the Jacksonville uniforms. Oh, and that ball almost coming out, by the way. Drini went with Jacksonville, of course, in the club championships. Let's see Pavan's playbook.
Yeah, so Pavan has this West Coast offensive playbook. Obviously, he's going to run gun bunch, and he has those running formations, the near, the far, with some heavy packages to get short yardage. And on defense, he'll be running dolphins. Really good playbook on defense. If one formation doesn't work, has a bunch of different ones he can audible to.
We're going to see some very similar things, I believe, as we check out now on the other side with Golden and get you to his playbook. Boom, West Coast and Dolphins again.
I mean, honestly, it's just the same thing. You're going to see two guys who run very similar stuff, and it's just going to be obviously who comes down to executes at a higher level. Does it come down to 7s or 3s, or does it come down who throws a pick in the red zone? It's going to be a great game.
Now, I had my LASIK a long time ago, Skimbo, but that looks like a Turner Field print above the bed there for Golden, and that's where he got the GoldenGlover nickname when he was 10. Big baseball fan, big Atlanta Braves guy, so a reference to the Gold Glove defense of his favorite players at the time, Chipper Jones and Jason Hayward. So I know this is a different sport now, and actually golf, he says, is his other favorite sport. You and I are both old enough. I'm much older than you, but we both remember Jersey Shore, where it was Jim Tan Laundry. And for Glover, it's Madden Golf School, he says, and it's quickly becoming in that order.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Josh. You're a little bit older than me, but we are both baseball guys. I am a Boston Red Sox guy, so it is what it is.
Do I roll this out now that Golden beat my man Skimbo with a late field goal in qualifiers? It was a 9-7 final. You hated it yesterday when I brought up any of your, I don't know what, 5 losses of your career, but that is one of them. Golden got you.
Yeah, he did. You know, I didn't play my best that game, you know, but hey, he clutched up on me. I took the lead, and I was in control of the game, and then he had like no timeouts, and he had to drive about 40 yards, and he did it, and he kicked a game-winning field goal on me. So shout out to Golden for that.
Even the great chefs of the United States of America burn the barbecue at some point, Skimbo. I don't want you getting all upset if I mention that, you know, one time. Maybe you lost to a good player. You do have 3 belts, you know.
Yeah, not enough.
Well, it's Michael Vick, the lefty. He'll ladle it out. And there is Torrey Holt, who, again, was the player of the game for Pavan in the game we just saw moments ago.
Spending a lot of cap on that Torrey Holt. If you're wondering where he's at, he's in the slot, top slot on the bunch side. Look for him to be wearing out that Torrey Holt all game.
And I have the second play. Come on.
Does he have him right away? Lattimore in coverage, couldn't get there. It's Josh Cribbs instead. Cribbs to the crib. Right away for Pavan.
Oh, that's just great recognition. He saw that he might have had something the first play. He took the underneath. If you're Golden, he got greedy. He had some zones playing underneath for that and forgot completely about the over-the-top bomb.
Skimbo, in this tournament, Golden has averaged 5.5 points allowed per game. On that one pass, we just saw 6.
Yeah, and it took less than a minute.
Our Snickers replay, the touchdown you just saw over the top 60 yards.
It's a great play. He flipped his formation. He quick snapped him. He put him on a streak. Josh Cribbs with that 99 speed just got over the top. Super easy for him.
Well, and as we thought we might see, a little quicker start scoring-wise in this one. And it's Josh Cribbs that butters the bread for Pavan right away. So let's see what kind of reaction Golden has now. Remember, it's his first EA major appearance. Actually an Eagles fan, so rolling with Michael Vick is fine for him. But again, wearing those Jacksonville uniforms instead.
Yeah, so if you're at home and you're watching, you're new to competitive Madden, you're going to see that the play clock went down. He's going to decline it, you know, so you're probably wondering, why is it not 1st and 15? Well, these guys have a gentleman's agreement that they're going to decline it and not do that to each other. However, when I play, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I accept that thing. So you got to be careful. You got to make sure before you do it.
So in this Vick against Vick battle, here's Michael Vick part 2, and the coverage. Torrey Holt again move those chains.
Very similar, so be watching for this Torrey Holt. He was actually on a drag. You guys saw him catch the ball 20 yards up the field. He was on a drag. His route was a drag. He playmakered him up, and he has this slot ability, so he really hangs on to that ball in traffic.
And again, the Eagles logo, but the Jaguars uniform here for Golden, who is quickly trailing 7-0. No heat being brought in, so it's underneath to Logan. TJ Logan, the journeyman, now lucky enough to be in Tampa Bay for the Brady and Gronk show.
Oh, man, not the best running back, but, you know, actually, Pavan sent heat and just nothing came home. Golden had that clock in his head, got rid of it quick. Always nice to get, 5 yards.
Michael Vick looking. Michael Vick will tuck it and run, getting chased by Brooks, and down he goes.
I don't agree with the give up. Throw the ball away. Let's get a 2nd and 5. Why would you give up and have a 3rd and 10 now? That doesn't make sense. I mean, it would have been a 3rd and 5 if he just throws it away.
It's a guy that very seldom runs no huddle, very seldom turns the ball over, talking about Golden. He's got Ross and Holt and Hill. Some great receivers at his disposal here. Ross with a 95 grade, Holt with a 98. That's Ingram, the tight end in the slot, with Holt over there on the right side. Ross is pushed out wide.
Get him! Get
And
him!
here is Vick feeling some heat. Down he goes.
Yeah, Pavan, 3rd and 10, sent everyone on his team. I played against them before on the ladders. There's comes certain points where they will send 7 to even 8 to get after you and just depend on their user to take away everything, like 3 routes.
And that secondary for Pavan is elite. A pile of 97 and 98 caps, not to mention the 99 Ed Reed that he's rocking. And that might be a big deal down the road here. He really pushed his chips to the middle of the table on Ed Reed, didn't he? Got that secure tackler on him.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. Well, is this punt going to get out of bounds? It looks like yes. Oh, he stepped out. So I'm really big on abilities this year. And what Pavan did is he loaded up all his abilities on the offensive side and only has one ability that doesn't cost a lot of cap on the defensive side. So he's able to get pretty high overall cards on his defense.
It'll be all Michael Vick for both these players, a quarterback in this game. And remember, the way this works here is if Pavan wins it, he survives. He gets another shot at Golden. Golden can just wipe out Pavan with this one win right here, and he'll be sitting at that table as we talk about who's going forward to the Madden Bowl.
Yeah, and I don't understand what Golden's kind of doing on defense. He's had so much success versus this bunch, and now he's running like a coverage and very unlucky. Torrey Holt's got to turn his head around and catch the ball there. But he needs to be running. I feel like he will eventually, hopefully this game, that nickel normal match. This defense he's running is just getting carved up.
Pavan, who never could get the ball downfield in the early game, that against Yardstick, remember, went 60 yards right up over the top for a score already here. Pressure coming. Vick escaping. He's got his man. It's Ross crossing. He's got that first down.
I mean, a free blitzer comes in off the edge, but Michael Vick does this in real life. He has the escape artist ability on him. If you have a Michael Vick or someone fast and you play MUT, make sure you slap down the escape artist ability on these guys.
In the coverage, there is Torrey Holt making the catch. And to your point, Skimbo, I guess the must-have now seems like that new golden ticket, Michael Vick.
You're going to waste that timeout. You're going to have to waste that timeout.
It is. And Pavan's over here talking. You know, you got to love seeing that. But you have to. Is he going to no-huddle him to try to get him? Yes, he's not in a good running formation. Pavan might no-huddle. And does he go off sides and just gives it up? He does. Wow. He goes off sides and says, I don't want to burn a timeout.
So make this a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of Golden, who again is the higher seed. Pavan needs to check 3 boxes today to go forward. He's already got 1 check mark done. He knocked off Yardstick. Now he's got to go 2 for 2 against Golden here this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you finding us here. ESPN2 has your coverage. Josh Lewin, Michael Skimbo with you as Michael Vick is on the run. Michael Vick will throw it, and Torrey Holt has got it. He'll nudge his way down to the 10.
Come on.
I mean, this is just too easy for Pavan right now. He's even putting his tight end on a route, and the pressure's not getting in. I mean, Golden, he's really got to think about what he's doing on the defensive side. Lucky for him, though, he's got to beat him twice.
So Pavan, cool customer right now. Getting a chance to chill here for just a moment. Part of the teen invasion on the Madden circuit. More than half of the guys in this field have not yet turned 20. And Golden at 20 years old, he actually tilts it a little bit towards the older scale.
Yeah, and honestly, go back on my last comment, kind of jumping the gun a little quick. We just got done with the first quarter, and just watching this game, I'm already thinking about game 2, right? I mean, it's just been that easy in this first quarter for Pavan, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon with how Golden's playing. And I know that is so early to say, but if you play Madden, you understand. The game, honestly, people probably in the chat are saying GG, and they always say that anyways.
Well, GG also stands for GoldenGlover in this one. And he's the guy that's got to make a stop right now. Kellen Winslow is a fullback. We got to talk about that one for those of you that are just joining us. He played his career with the San Diego Chargers, never did run the football once. He caught 541 passes, Hall of Fame talent. But why do you use Kellen Winslow as a running back here?
Well, when you don't have a running back and you don't have a fullback, the next best option is your tight end, because it used to be a wide receiver and he fights to the 1-yard line. It used to be a wide receiver. There was a patch this year where if you did a formation sub to get a wide receiver at running back, if they took any kind of hit, they were going to cough that ball up. So now people put their tight end there.
6'5", 251 was Kellen Winslow when he played for those then San Diego Chargers. He's taken it to the 1. And he did barrel in from the 1 in our first game today for Pavan. That was the only touchdown of the game. This time it's a different ball carrier. Samuels is stuffed and almost lost the football too. So what do you do now?
I think you kick here. I do. You go up 2 possessions. You look good on defense. You sent he was uncomfortable. But you see the difference. The tight end on the last 2 plays fell forward. He put in his running back, who's not the best running back in the game, got stood up and went backwards. So, I mean, I would have probably ran the same fullback dive to Winslow.
Oh, sure enough, a little chip shot, 20-yard field goal to try to make it 10-zip for Pavan, who is 6th all-time on the money list. Golden doesn't really show up there quite yet. And the field goal predictably is good. So you've got a 10-0 lead here about midway through that second quarter.
Yeah, and I'll say this. When I played Golden and he beat me, the score was a super low-scoring game. I wasn't really impressed with his offense. I was really impressed with his nickel normal defense. So the one thing I was impressed with, he's not even running. He's going to a formation. He's probably labbed, and he felt like it was, you know, good for Pavan. But Pavan's showing that he just has every dot in the world for it.
Now, once again, Pavan needing to win 3 times total today. He's already done it once. Golden just needs to win 1 time today. So if he does not come back in this one, he's got a clean sheet of ice. Zamboni will go through for Golden.
He threw it. He threw it.
Michael Vick in the coverage. Oh, it's tipped and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, Golden, I don't know if you're already thinking about game 2 too, buddy, making a read like that. Nothing was open. Just throw it away. You don't have to get it all back right there. Throw it away. Get a 2nd 10. He is very fortunate that ball was not intercepted.
Here at Pizza Hut Stadium, where there are, again, some great receivers available for Golden. Tyreek Hill, John Ross, Torrey Holt. Can any of them get open here for Michael Vick? And the answer is no.
It was the same exact play. It was the same exact defense. Pavan's putting his cornerback on the left side in a deep half so he can't get burnt. I mean, Golden's going to have to run something else here. But on 3rd and 10 last time, Pavan sent the goons. Let's see if he does it again.
Oh, no.
He's got Logan as a running back. Off his left tip is Michael Vick, who, of course, can scramble himself if things break down. He'll zip it to Logan, sitting down right near the sticks, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
Huge play. His wide receivers are gassed. This is such a big play in the game, and you're not in the second half. Don't be surprised if he just either snaps this ball with under 10 seconds or calls a timeout, because this could be already the biggest play of the game, and you want your wide receivers to be completely healthy.
So pretty big right now. I mean, the fact that he's just at half a yard short, and remember, going for it from his own territory here. Off the edge, there's pressure. He got it away. There's Ross, move those chains.
God, I'm not expecting that.
Oh, no. I just had a flashback. He threw that pass 2 times on me to beat me over the middle, and I was so sick. It's like the most easy dot, we give up, and we know it's coming. It's so frustrating. But if you look at that ability as we go into the 2-minute warning, he has streak specialist on that wide receiver. That means if he catches the ball in traffic and gets popped with 2 feet on the ground again, if you're listening to me yesterday, he's going to hang on to that ball almost 100% of the time, and that's what he did there.
You've grown to love the abilities thing, haven't you?
You know, I don't know if I love the abilities, but that's the game we play, and I better get really good at knowing what they do.
Logan is decked. And we throw out the word meta in Madden sometimes as just kind of the spirit of which way the game feels right now for everybody. The meta, when Voltrax just won a belt, it was very heavy on the run. Seems like the meta's going back to the pass, and as long as that's the case, you throw an ability on there, it makes some sense as Holt goes over the middle, and that big hit stick to knock him down.
Well, you see the big hit stick, and he doesn't have Slot-O-Matic on him. He drops that ball. Now, listen, you can catch that ball like that every time, but there is a high chance you can fumble the ball, okay? So just because you're thinking, I can catch the ball, that doesn't mean it's going to prevent a fumble.
Vic will boogie downfield and slide safely with that first down. And with John Ross making all these plays, we should mention Skimbo. He's a former member of Snoop's All-Star Pee Wee League. Snoop, of course, so into Madden. He got waxed by Hollywood Brown earlier today, but still.
Yeah, you know, Hollywood Brown, that's my guy. He is an OU guy. I'm from Oklahoma. We've exchanged DMs before. And Snoop Dogg, everyone loves Snoop, not only for his music, but if you follow Madden, that guy, he is on Twitch streaming all the time.
Appreciate Snoop doing our show open here today. Vic slings it, and there's Torrey Holt crossing over. And again, it's weird that an NC State guy is being asked to do big things for a guy that bleeds Carolina blue instead. We're talking about Golden, whose mom works in the accounting department at the University of North Carolina. And now if it all goes well, she can ring up $1,000 in the register for her son here today. On a 2nd and 4, there's Holt, part of that gun bunch on the right side. Tyreek Hill, got to watch him. He's out to the left. Vic isn't looking that way. Oh, he'll get tripped up.
Well, why is Golden not hitting a timeout right now? I mean, there's 30 seconds. If you get a first down, you want the time. Don't think about milking him right here, because if you get a first down, you're good. I don't know. I can't see the screen right now. I do not know how his clock management is. And there it is. Finally, he burned a timeout with 28 seconds. Because if he gets a first down, he's going to want time, and he's going to want his timeouts.
That's a great point. 4-down territory if you need it here?
No, you kick your 3. If you don't get this, you kick your 3.
At 28 seconds on the clock before the half. And again, Pavan's already won once today, needs to keep on winning. Michael Vick over the middle. Ingram sits down with the first down.
Okay, so here we are. You can't run the ball here. You have one timeout. This is what I'm talking about. If you would have called a timeout, and I get it. If he doesn't get it, you get Pavan time. But you got to think offensive in this situation. You snap the ball, there'd be about 30-something seconds. Now he has one timeout, right? And in this Madden, if you guys don't know, there's a huge runoff. So if you don't have a timeout, after a play, it takes 10 to 15 seconds before you can snap the ball.
Boy, almost was sacked there too, but Vic, with that escapability, is able to fling it out of bounds.
Well, it's the difference between Pavan's Vic and Golden's Vic. Golden's Vic has this agile extender. If you see, the blitzing DB came in free, and he broke the initial sack and got to throw it away, because that would have been an awful spot to burn a timeout. Now he still has his timeout. The clock's not moving.
And some extra hot routes on that Michael Vick card for Golden. Let's see what he can find right here. Surveying, picking, looking, rolling, and again, just has to give it up. 13 seconds on the clock.
And playbook's wide open here, right? So if you throw the ball and you don't get it, you're going to call a timeout and probably, you know, kick 3. You could run the ball, but he doesn't have a good running back. You can run or pass here. Any play's wide open. You have one timeout on the 3rd down.
Time-consuming, clock-spinning drive here would be demoralizing to only get 3. How about 6 instead? He's got John Ross. It's a touchdown.
Oh, that was a lucky drive, man.
As my boy User says in the booth, abilities. John Ross on a post route, no zone there, catches the ball in traffic. He has that post specialist. He got popped. He hung on to it. Like I said, if you don't wide catch it and you catch it with 2 feet on the ground, you're going to hang on to that ball just about 100% of the time. And that's why you spend that kind of cap on those kind of abilities to not have to hit threes, but you got sevens just now.
Ooh,
Kellen Winslow with his first ever kick return right there. But let's take a look here.
Yeah, I mean, just a post route. Safety didn't get there in time, caught in traffic, hung on to the ball. Touchdown, that's a game changer. I know Pavan's up, but a lot of momentum just went right back to Golden.
In the dying moments of the half, why not take a shot? Oh, almost a one-hand catch with a flag down with a second to go.
Yeah, it would have been it wouldn't count anyways. He crossed the line of scrimmage, so it would have been wiped. You would have hate for a pick six. You got to be careful here. Even though you have Michael Vick, people don't know this. You have Michael Vick at quarterback. If you throw a pick, he'll probably make the play. But you got to be very careful here if you're Pavan.
He's got 80 yards in him here from Michael Vick. Up 10-7, we believe at the break. He's got it to Samuels, bumped out of bounds. It will be 10-7 at the half. And I turn to you, Skimbo, to ask you, with all your experience, Pavan, because he's got experience, does he have a little bit of a push now because he's been there, done that?
Yeah, he does. He's up 10-7. Your first drive, or Golden's first drive, he was uncomfortable. However, just scored 7. He's starting to get into a rhythm. He's starting to see the coverages. Ooh, almost a fumble. He's starting to see the coverages. Pavan likes to throw to him, and when he likes to blitz. And also, I believe he has this identifier on his Michael Vick, and he does. So you got to look for a tell. When Pavan's on a middle linebacker, he's not blitzing everyone. When he's lurking on a safety, he's blitzing a lot of people.
It's been a very defensive-minded LCQ so far. This passes for an explosion of points as far as we're concerned. 10-7 coming out of halftime. And the team that is trailing has the ball right now. That's Golden. And he is going to get smoked, and down he goes. The sack. Here's that Ed Reed card coming into play.
Well, wipe everything I just said. He's on his middle linebacker on the right. He set a blitz. And not only that, he sent his cornerback on the left side on screen, guarding that wide receiver on a blitz. He's blitzing his corner off the left side that's lined up over the top of Tyreek Hill. How gutsy is that?
Pavan known as a pass-first guy, but his defense sometimes stands up, and there's another big play made. He got Nick Bosa in there, a low-cap Nick Bosa, undercapped. The secret sauce to a win last year for the belt, he said, cheap pass rushers with speed.
Yeah, so Golden, I mean, I don't know how many big plays you have in this year's Madden. You can use the protect the sticks feature that is very well, and blitzing is very good too. Pavan's in a good spot. I'm looking for a stop. I don't think Golden has anything to get this back.
3rd and 21, Vick on the run. And it is with a flag down. Was he over the line of scrimmage when he threw it?
In a good spot.
Yes, he was, and he actually had him wide open. I was wrong again. He had the corner out wide open, the zone pulled down. It was just a busted coverage on that right side. But if you step across the line, the ball's gonna float too. He's lucky that ball was an interception. That was bad by Golden. You cannot cross the line of scrimmage because that's a first down.
So back it goes to Pavan, the only belt winner in this LCQ field. And again, just 19 years old. Already 6 EA majors. He is 6th all-time on the money list. But he's had a down year. And trying to rally from that. He's on his way today. Oh, what a dot that was.
Yeah, so if you remember yesterday, D. Croft had this lurker ability on his Shazier, but however, Golden does not. And if he did, he would have picked that. Pavan recognized it, threw it at him. Big play.
That West Coast offense, it's straight out of the Michael Skimbo playbook. This guy hardly ever gets even 40 rushing yards a game. Most of the time, Pavan is passing.
Yeah, but again, it's the same thing. He's caught him sleeping. He's not in his coverage for defense. He's in a passing coverage versus a run-heavy set. It was a touchdown. Great job by Pavan by going no huddle. He didn't want to waste a timeout, and he scored 7.
And you kind of hit on it with the expectation that Pavan is going to be flinging it around. Now there's Golden getting caught flat-footed. And as Pavan said in our feature coming into this game, and I'm quoting now, I haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, I know. That was a funny video. But, you know, Golden, Listen, when competitive Madden players will say all the time, oh my gosh, and here's the touchdown. He was in that 1-4-6, Winslow, all the way. But here's the thing about, Golden. You come out and you're just quick. You're quick calling defense. You're not waiting to see what Pavan's coming out of. You're getting ahead of yourself in probably the biggest game of your life. He needs to take a deep breath on both sides of the ball.
Does have Michael Vick, who is going to get dragged down from behind. Some more pressure. That time, Carlos Dunlop.
Oh, he's mixing it up perfect. When he does go coverage, everyone's bagged. And when he does blitz everyone, no one's open. Pavan sees Butch a lot, so it's not, it's not surprising.
Crossbody throw looking for Ross, falling harmlessly incomplete. And just 8 out of 13 for Golden so far is Michael Vick.
I'm not going to lie, everyone's guarded. There's no one open right now. Golden, I'll say this, and I said in the first quarter, and now I feel more comfortable saying the third quarter, he better already start thinking about game 2.
Unless he can get it to Ross, and there's still a little bit of a heartbeat here. There's still about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. But I totally understand what you're saying, Skimbo, knowing that you've got 2 shots to take down Pavan. You're getting to the point pretty soon, I would think, where you got a game plan for next.
Right, but that was a great find. So this is like a lap game, but you're also trying to win at the same time. Don't get me wrong, he still wants to win this game, but he just found a great coverage beater on the on that right side with the wheel route. That's the first time he's called that play, and it was wide open. Now he realized he has a couple pass plays that he's forgotten about in that first half, and he has it for not only the rest of this game, but for the next game. But don't get me wrong, he wants to win this game right now. He does not want a game 2.
Can Pavan reinstall that firewall that was so effective really until this drive? From the 27-yard line, Golden using Vick in scramble mode here. Boy, that's great coverage, isn't it? Just nobody open.
Oh. Well, that's a great call by Golden. He goes to a different formation with good slants, good post routes, man beaters. But Pavan, first time he's seen it, bagged. Everything's just blanketed. His guys are playing unbelievable on defense.
Well, Golden, remember, with all that talent at wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, who has not seen the ball really at all. John Ross, that 98 cap Torrey Holt. It was getting kind of late in the game here. Got to figure out some way to get it to those playmakers.
Yeah, but as he snaps the ball, hitch post concept right here, playmaker hitch. Madden going to catch that ball every time. But the reason why he's taking so long, he doesn't want to waste a timeout. I know it looks like the clock's running, but his wide receivers in salary cap, we don't have 5 wide receivers. We don't have backups that are even that good. We have to depend on these 3 wide receivers. So he will take his time and get his guys healthy. So because this is 2 cues not to be healthy.
If he can stick it in the end zone, I would say by the end of this third quarter, Skimbo, he legitimately has a shot to not have to play Pavan again.
Yeah, but he didn't. He's going to have to take 3 and make it a 1-possession game.
This is a 4th and 5. And Justin Tucker, the undrafted kicker out of the University of Texas. Boy, he's money. Now the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Yeah,
he did have a miss against your Patriots, I recall, but he hits this one fine.
Yeah, I remember that. He's a pretty good one, but all right, so you got to think about clock management. Us Madden players, there's a reason why we critique NFL coaches all the time on Sunday. We play about 10 to 15 games a day. We're going through clock management every day. We go through 10 to 15 sequences about every day. Almost, as we want to manage the clock. So right here, there's 35 seconds. If you're Pavan, I'd probably come out in a running formation. I just got to make sure this ball's complete because right now you're in clock mode because there's a 40-second play clock. Let's just make sure we don't have an incompletion. We want to run the ball. We just want the clock running from this point out.
Right, and if you get 3 points, if you're Pavan, you are in great shape. A lifelong Raiders fan, Pavan, and team loyalty goes out the window, and you're trying to make the Madden Bowl. Not a single Raider on his roster.
Yeah.
Vick underneath. He's got Torrey Holt. Can't quite get the first down.
Right, but look for this to go to the fourth quarter unless he comes out and catches him napping again, and he does. He might snap the ball right here because this is not a run-stopping formation.
Oh, we got to get that first right there.
Boy, at the last minute, there's Golden. He's got Daniil Hunter able to seal the middle, and that will get us to the fourth quarter now. As we say, put those fours up in the chat room, and we do appreciate you joining us here. This one coming right down to the wire. We'll get to that fourth quarter momentarily. 17-10 for Pavan, who again needs to win this one and then beat Golden again if he wants that very last seat to go at that Madden Bowl table. Speaking of eating, as we go to the fourth quarter, it's presented by Creamy Snickers. You're not smooth when you're hungry.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zero.
Try this creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
Well, there is a 19-year-old Pavan Lacotte, big-time Raider fan, as we've been talking about, from an entire family of Raiders fans. And, you know, he's obviously a little bit crushed that they're now in Vegas and not in Oakland, which is so much closer to Yuba City where he lives. He's living vicariously now, wearing that Raiders crest on his chest here. He wants to represent those Raiders, do it very proudly, and go back to the Madden Bowl where he can make some more noise. That's a big 3rd and 2 conversion right there for him as we open the fourth quarter.
Just too easy. He puts him on a motion drag. He has all the abilities on that wide receiver souped up, and there wasn't even anyone inside. So, of course, he's going to catch that ball and get the clock continue to move.
We've talked so much about Pavan kind of off the sticks here today, Skimbo. How he's been an underdog his whole life. He likes it that way. I think it plays in his favor that he had to win 3 times today. He says, look, I'm not the best student. I'm not from the fanciest part of the country, but I've got a chance to make something of myself, and I am grinding to grab it. I want to do it on the big stage here today.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's a good kid, right? He has the great work ethic as far as playing Madden. He might have a touchdown on the left side. Ooh, he missed it.
He goes to his new favorite target, Torrey Holt. That's the 5th reception for Holt, 6th reception for Holt for him here today.
You know what? Scratch what I said. I had a pick to eliminate me on a similar. I had a step and I got picked off. It's so much smarter to hit your post route, get the clock moving. He needs about 5 more yards. 1 first down and a field goal probably wins this game. But this is the biggest defensive stop right here for Golden. You cannot give up any more yards.
And again, when looking to run, he is a baller on a budget. He's got Kellen Winslow being used as a running back, really more of a fullback, and the other guy that he rolls with when he has to anyway, and it's not that often, is a very low-cap Jalen Samuels.
Yeah, if I'm Golden, I'm beating myself up a little bit, but not too much because I have a second game. He has run defense for that, but he's been calling his defense so quick, he forgot. He's forgotten to call his defense to blow that run up, and now here's a pass. And now Golden has switched to that nickel normal that I've been talking about all game. It's taken the fourth quarter, about 3 minutes left. He's finally gone to it.
Might need it in that second game as Vic to the sidelines and a tippy-toe catch for Krebs to move the chains.
And that was a great play, good rollout, great throw, but he wasn't in that match, okay? That corner route did not get matched. He ran a zone-out nickel normal, and now he's in his run formation. Pavan's just going to clock this ball. I would be surprised if we see another ball in the air. He's probably going to run the ball 3 times and take his field goal.
He this close.
Yeah, and Golden's going to have to start cycling through those timeouts, which are precious right now. Again, we play 5-minute quarters here in competitive Madden. And the winner of this game, if it is Pavan, all that means is there's a reset, and there will be game 2 between these guys. It's looking like it's going to happen. Kellen Winslow into the end zone.
Maybe 2 more. Come on.
Outside of about 2 plays for Golden, he has had no answer for this dive with Winslow from Pavan, and it's just, I don't know. Everyone knows that run's coming, and you still can't stop it. Maybe Pavan's doing something that I don't know about, but he's having a lot of success with that run play.
We'll take a look at Kellen Winslow's 2nd touchdown of the game in just a moment. We mentioned all those touchdowns, 54 of them as a San Diego Charger in his NFL career. They were all, of course, catching the ball. He's been Mr. Run for Pavan here today.
Yeah, and Winslow just pops off that dive like he's been doing all game, and it's just another touchdown. I believe that's 2 touchdowns for Winslow on that designed run.
So riddle me this now, Skimbo. If you're Golden, are you trying to pull out a miracle now and empty your bag, or do you just say, all right, I'm not going to show Pavan anything else that I might need for this second game reset?
Believe it or not, that touchdown helps Golden, okay? He has no timeouts, or he didn't have to burn any more timeouts, so he has all 3 timeouts. He needs to score with probably over a minute 10, minute 20, give himself a fighting chance, but he does have a chance in this game to come back.
Would Pavan have been better served just to lay down at the 1-yard line instead of going in the end zone?
In years past, yes, but not so much this year, because if you get your field goal blocked for 6, you're beating yourself up.
Just past the 2-minute warning. And it is Michael Vick throwing on the run right to the sidelines. Torrey Holt. Is he in bounds? I think he is.
So I'm going to talk about it. I think Pavan's going to do it again. Let me just look at his defensive formation. He's done showing him the bag. No, he went right back to it, okay? I thought he was done showing him this defense. He's like, all right, I'm saving the rest. You're done seeing this great defense I bagged you with. You're going to see this other till game 2, but he went right back to that defense.
Just 12 out of 20 in the air for Golden here using Michael Vick. And again, Michael Vick, such a great Madden card over the years. What a great quarterback anyway. #1 pick of the 2001 draft. What a draft that was, too. LaDainian Tomlinson and Reggie Wayne, Drew Brees, Richard Seymour. I'll throw in a Patriots guy for you, Skimbo.
Yeah, I mean, just all Hall of Famers and just great players.
Well, there goes Vick sitting down on the ground yet again. Little Linval Joseph action up the middle.
You hear Pavan, he said, that's low-key a bag, right? He's like, oh, I can run this different defensive formation. I'm done showing you what my main defense is. I do this all the time. I'm not going to lie. People, when they want to play me, they want to see what I run the best. And sometimes I'm like, I got to stop doing this because you're getting better and better going against it. I'm done. I'm done showing you what gave you problems. Guess what? You're not going to see that bag again until game 2.
Yeah, save a little something, and I guess that's kind of what Pavan's been able to do as he brings the heat one more time.
Pavan's getting happy, but honestly, there's nothing much Golden can do from this point. He was trying for big plays. He had to score 2 touchdowns. This game's a wrap. You know, chalk it up. Shout out to Pavan. He played unbelievable, great defense, great offense. But Golden, you put yourself in a great position. You have a second chance. It's not over.
Can I get off this camera angle?
When Derek Brooks is making plays against the Raiders and a Raiders guy doesn't mind, then you know it's all good. That ball tipped. It is going to be grabbed. Wow.
Hey, take it how you get it. I mean, it's a little too late because the timeout just got burnt, but he'll take it.
That's the lucky doink that you want to get when the game's really on the line. But this one is under 40 seconds to go. Vick again in trouble, just heaves it out of bounds.
Never using the carry Q camera angle after that one.
Yeah, I mean, Golden's got to put it together. I mean, you can still get an onside kick. I mean, I know I'm writing this off. I play way too much Madden. If you're at home, the reason why I'm acting like this is because if you onside kicks in this game is like a 5% chance you get it. But you know what? There is that chance he can get it. He has 2 timeouts. Listen, this game's not over just yet.
But again, with double elimination, we don't say there's no tomorrow. There is a tomorrow in just a few minutes. And who knows, with 32 seconds left, there you go. And, well, if there's that 1 out of 20 chance to get the onside kick, he's got 2 timeouts left here, Skimbo.
You know, I said 5%. I should have said 1 out of 100. I'm not lying. I am not. I've heard of it. I've heard of onside kicks happening. I've yet to see one. So here it is.
Golden can seal it, but the first things first, he's got to get the onside kick. It doesn't happen, so Pavan is going to force the reset game.
Come on, one more.
Great job by Pavan. He's going to nil this out. We're going to go to a game 2. I'm going to be honest. I wanted Pavan to win the first game because I wanted a game 2. I wanted to see these guys be Madden players. When I say be Madden players, show me you can adjust. Show me how you do in a re. Because people say whoever wins that re is the better Madden player because they can adjust the best.
Well, both players had to show their cards to the other man. And now they got to sit down at the poker table for a winner-take-all hand coming up here. Our reset game, trying to figure out who will join the field of 16 competing for Madden's most coveted title. That is the Madden Bowl. And we are going to see that reset game now. Congratulations to Pavan. He needs to win 3 times today. He's already done 2 wins today. We'll get to break, come back and tell you more in just a moment, so keep it right here. It's Pavan with another chance. It'll be against the same man, Golden.